Hey, what's going on, y'all? RJ here with CV Tech, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the LG Stylo 3 and the ZTE Max XL. And both of these here are on Boost Mobile, and I'm going to be just comparing them and just showing you the differences. So let's go ahead and go into CPU-Z, and we'll look at some of the specs here. And of course, over here on the Stylo 3, we have a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core Snapdragon 430 with an Adreno 505 GPU. On the Max XL, we got the 1.4 gigahertz as well. That's a Snapdragon 435 octa-core processor with an Adreno 505 as well. So very similar here on the processing department. Let's scroll over here. Now on the LG, you'll see it has a 5. Let's try to get this a bit better there. Now you'll see here the LG Stylo 3 has a 5.7-inch display at 720p with 257 pixels per inch with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. And internal storage out of the box is around 9.07 gigs. Over here on the ZTE, we got a 6-inch display at 1920 by 1080 at 368 pixels per inch, with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. However, you only get 7.91 out of the box here with the ZTE Max XL. So we'll go ahead and go home here, and we'll go into Geekbench 4 to show you the scores that I did run. Just for reference here, these scores really don't mean anything, but I run them just to show you the difference. So here on the Stylo 3, they're very close together. 626 single score, 2597 multi-core score. On the ZTE, got a 670 single core score and 2562 multi-core score. So very close together there. So let's go ahead and just clear all this out that we've already opened and everything. Let's go ahead and clear it all, and we will get in with this comparison starting now. And of course, always a pop-up. It never ever fails. Go into it again. That was the ZTE. Go into YouTube. The LG. Go to calculator. That was the ZTE. Go to calendar. That was the ZTE again. Let's go into camera. LG beat out that time. Let's go to Google Plus. That was very close. I don't know which one won that one. I'll let y'all decide. Let's go into IMDb. And I think that the ZTE barely took it over there. Let's go to Instagram. And that was the Stylo 3. Let's go into the Play Store. And the ZTE took that one. Let's go into settings. And I think that was the ZTE as well. Let's go into Snapchat. LG. Let's go to Twitter. Stylo 3. Let's go into Periscope. That was equal. I don't know why phone's on there. I took it off. I don't know. Anyway, let's go into Temple Run 2. Interested to see how gaming's going to be on both of these devices, since, like I said, they're very close together. Both of these phones here are really nice. However, it looks like gameplay is going to be a lot faster here on the ZTE, as the LG is just now finished loading up. So quite a bit slower there on the LG. Let's go home. Let's go into Subway Surfer. Now this brightness right here on the LG is set at like 60-some%, while the ZTE is at like 25%, and the ZTE is actually brighter in real life than the LG. I'm not really sure what's going on with LGs, but they just have dim screens, and I can have this one right. I can have the ZTE at like half brightness outside, and it's very bright. The LG 100%, and it's decent. Nothing really to brag about. So the ZTE won that one there again. Let's go into Crossy Road now. So, like I say, screen is without a doubt better on the ZTE ZTE Max XL with that 1080p display, and it's just so much brighter in general. I will show you the brightness the brightness levels here in a second. And that was very close there on starting up this game. I think that the ZTE just has barely got it, but we'll find out right here. And I think that the LG actually started up first, so I was kind of surprised. But, you know, like I said, they are basically close to the same processor, so very nice stuff. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. You'll see I'm at 53%. I'm at 53% here on the LG, and scrolling down here, you'll see I am way down here, probably less than 25% here on the ZTE. So let's go ahead and go into multitasking here. Both had to reload. So it looks like that the RAM management is going to be bad on both of these devices, and none of these apps is probably going to be open automatically. But they're very close. I mean, very close, very similar. As you see there, just usually one's a split second behind the other in most of these tests. So honestly, I mean, when it comes to both of these phones here, a 430, a 435, both of them are octa-core, has the same ROM, same RAM. You're not really gonna, you know, it's so close. I mean, a minute ago, the ZTE beat out this one, but in this test here, in the reopening, the LG won out. So it's kind of one of those things where it's going to be very close, and there's not going to be that much difference between these two phones. That's already open there on the LG. Had to reload on the ZTE. Go into settings here. So like I said, I mean, it's very close together. So both of these phones here are going to be really nice. I mean, whichever one you choose. Both of them are going to work just about the same. Both of them are going to operate about the same. Both of them have fingerprint readers on the rear, which is really nice if you like fingerprint sensors. Both of these phones have it. There is a difference in price, and I will get into that here in a little bit. So as you see the opening of apps here, I'm going to see just on a couple of games here which one actually opens up on the reload. I'll do Temple Run 2, and I will do the Crossy Road, and it looks like that the ZTE is just going to flat out, I mean, it's not even loaded yet here on the Stylo, so gaming looks to be much faster here on the ZTE, especially when opening games. So we're going to go ahead and go back into Crossy Road, and we'll just let these here open up one more time, and then we'll be finished with the comparison. So the LG started up first. We'll see if it can hang on with the lead and all that good stuff. But both of these phones are really nice. Just like I said, a 5.7-inch display, a 6-inch display here. Both of them have 13 megapixel cameras in the rear, 5 megapixels in the front. However, I will say that the LG is no contest really. The LG just has a better camera in general, and it looks like that it's going to highly beat out the LG on this game as well, starting up as I pretty much expected. So there you go. There's just a comparison between the two. It's still loading up. So, you know, both of these phones here are really nice. However, in gameplay, it does appear that the ZTE does seem to open up faster. Both of them are really snappy phones, and I honestly gotta say that I got really nothing negative to say about either one of these devices. One thing I like about the ZTE is you can choose the fingerprint reader back here, or you just have a power button like right here and hold it down, or you can choose to use a fingerprint, which right now I don't have it set up, because I just like just hitting the power button and holding down and having the phone cut on. Back here, it's a power button and fingerprint reader. You push it once, and there you go. I mean, it's just fast. And the volume button's on the side here as well. But I will say the cameras are better on the LG. The rear speakers, as far as sound quality goes, the ZTE takes it 100%. The LG is very weak with that really weak rear speaker. Front cameras, LG takes it as well. Call quality, I would say, is about equal. Call quality, however, on the ZTE is not its finest. This is not one of ZTE's finest phones for call quality. It does sound a bit muffled and don't sound the greatest in the world at times. LG sounds pretty decent. Both of them have 2x20 carrier aggregation. Both of them have LTE Plus support. However, when it comes to download speeds in the same spot, running both of these phones here, I have noticed a lot better download speeds on the ZTE compared to the LG. That's just my test and my personal test in my area. Everywhere may be different. This phone here does feel a bit slimmer, of course, and a bit more sleek in a way than the this phone here. Just feels like a big brick. It's a lot heavier, a lot bigger feeling, but it does have a better grippy back. So honestly, when it all comes down to it, this phone right here costs around $99.99. I think right now on a promotion. Now I'm not sure when this promotion goes off. I have received several comments saying that they can get it with a promotion code for like $80, which is a fantastic deal, and I would highly recommend it. This phone here ranges from $129 to $179. So, you know, and plus with the Boost online discounts, I'm not going to give away any prices because prices can change at any time, any day. So I don't like to give out prices anymore because every time that I release a video, it's always after a sale goes off. So then it's like, well, it's, you know, so therefore prices are going to be no more, you know, on my videos. But that's just kind of an idea what you can expect to pay for these two devices. So, you know, overall, my pick is the ZTE. I like the ZTE better. I like the way it works. It's got a better rear speaker, better screen, brighter screen. Battery life is a lot better on the ZTE. Call quality, camera, and the fingerprint sensor does seem to be better on the LG than on the ZTE. The ZTE works just fine, but it's not as fast as the LG in my personal opinion. So all in all, I gotta say, my pick, my choosing, if I had to pick one of the two, would be the ZTE Max XL. But the LG Stylo 3 is definitely no slouch. There will not be a final review on the LG Stylo 3 as I have to return it. So I do not have time to do a final review on it, but I will say this here very quickly, that this phone is really nice, but the screen is not the brightest, the rear speaker ain't the greatest, and you know, other than that, I mean, it's a very solid phone. If you've seen the comparison between the Stylo 2 and the Stylo 3, if you got a Stylo 2, I don't recommend upgrading, but you know, you've seen the comparisons on these two phones together and the Stylo 2 and Stylo 3. That should give you enough idea. Most phones are about the same anyway. When it comes to LG phones, most of them basically have the same things. So anyway, that's just my thoughts, my comparison. Sorry it was so long, but I wanted to get all this out here in this video. So if this was helpful and enjoyable in any way, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. Any questions or comments, leave it down below, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.